Is that politically correct to say? I don't want to get canceled.
It's getting weird.
Hey guys, so welcome back to a new video. I'm Grace if you're new here, and if you're not, it's nice to see you again. So in today's video, I will be going over 1-star reviews for my favorite books. I love it, I love it. I don't know if I should... Should I put on my glasses for this? That's cute, kind of. I was gonna put it on because I was like, you know, to see these reviews clearer, but you know what? I'm just gonna take it off so I don't see it as well. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's go through them. So the first one is Wash Day Diaries. I don't know what bad anyone could possibly say about this book, but I'm about to find out. I'm like mentally preparing myself. I don't want to go onto Goodreads. Let me see. I'm like, why don't people have anything bad to say about this? Oh, I found one, y'all. Okay, so the person said, I DNF'd this book about halfway in. The story has graphic images and curse words are repeated multiple times. Although I don't mind reading books with curses if the story is worth it, this one was too much. I didn't understand the characters or the storyline at all. The drawing and colors were pretty okay, but I wasn't hooked to the book or anything. I don't remember this being labeled as YA. Because what do you mean I wasn't hooked to the book or anything? I didn't understand the characters or the storyline at all. That person didn't even finish the book, so you know what? Is that even valid? Should I look for another 1-star review, guys? Anyways, we're switching. I love Storygraph. All my reviews are on Storygraph for these books that I'm gonna talk about. So yeah, make sure you click on the link down in the description box down below. So now I'm on Goodreads looking at reviews. Okay, this person says, wasn't my cup of tea. What was the point of all the nudity and how that conveyed a message? Maybe I wasn't the right audience. I think it's valid that it wasn't her cup of tea, but it's also, this is such a, like, if you know, you know, this is such a unique experience within the Black community. I get that these people are just, they're missing the mark. They're missing the whole point of it because they don't get it. Maybe I wasn't the right audience. You weren't. You weren't, babes. Did someone comment under? Exactly. This was one of my concerns, but whatever. You see, this is why I literally could not do this because, not could not do this, but it just matters to me that a lot of Black people were in the reviews, like giving this 5-star, 4-star, you know, giving it its flowers because I really enjoyed this book. And that's where I'll leave it. The next book, I don't know how many books I'm going to go through because I have 61 5-star books. So the next one is Better Than the Movies. I know there's about to be hella 1-star reviews for this one because it is very popular. Ooh, this person said, the star is only for Wes. What do you mean? I guess they just didn't like Wes. I mean, valid, I guess. Oh. This person said this was not better than the movies. Okay, valid. I like when it's actually funny, you know? But I feel like a lot of people that are reading this book are like my age, which is like 20s, or like older, and this is supposed to be YA. So like when I go into a YA, I don't expect to be like wowed, especially when it's a romance because, you know, they're high schoolers. And when I was in high school, like I would have eaten this. I would have eaten this up and did. Okay, like, let me actually include this one. This person said, it's so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible, so I give you a 1.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible, so I give you a 1.
I put this, like, quote on a few of my 1-star reviews. I get it. I do get it. And when it's funny like this, you can't help but, like, okay, we get the point. Next, we'll do Are Prisons Obsolete? I don't know how anyone... Let me see the people giving this... 1 star. Hold up. Oh, wow. If I do this with nonfiction, I might actually get, like, nonfiction that's about social justice, I might actually get a little bit heated. So let me just see if I could... Okay. See, I'll include this one. This person says, I agree with her, but her arguments are nothing new and she completely neglects to acknowledge the counterpoints. Is a 1-star review warranted? if you agree with her. She says, but her arguments are nothing new. Okay, this was first published in 2003. You're reading it in 2024.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
What else is there? This person is completely lost. They said, I thought the book was going to come up, not a review or a short summary. Where's the book?
Huh?
Babes, you are so lost. And you have the nerve to give this a 1-star review. You're not even reading the book. Oh, no lo recomiendo. ¿Por qué? Me gusta la óptica de cuestionar si el sistema penitenciario is the best option. So this person is reading this in 2024. They're calling the book woke. I'm going to say this and leave it at that. Obviously, nonviolent crimes shouldn't be held to the same degree as violent crimes. I think that's more so what she was talking about. Anyways, next. Okay. Highly suspicious and unfairly cute. Ooh, it has a bit. 497. This person DNF'd at 10%, which, like, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below when you think like you get far enough in the book is the person is valid for leaving a review, because I feel like at 10%, depending on the book, but I think for this one, let me see how far in 10% is, which is, it's valid for someone to get annoyed, because I know I have DNF books at 10%, but have I reviewed books at 10%? At least on the ebook, this is not even 37 pages in. This is what the person says. I think I'm too old for new YA. The prominence of slang, TikTok, and the melodrama that is Gen Z just made me want to throw my Kindle. Sorry. Why are you reading YA? Okay. Let's focus on the other stuff. The prominence of slang. It's a YA book. It's trying to appeal to a younger audience. There's almost like reviews that I just want to delete. That's why I could never be an author. Well, I could never be a lot of things, but getting off track. Slang, TikTok, I'll relate with that one because sometimes I really don't like social media references or social media like mentions in books. That's the world that we're in, and authors are not removed from the world. I love this book, but I'm in Gen Z, so maybe that proves her point. I'm sure there's people that are older than me or in a different... Anyways, these are literally older people reading it. And these are probably like people who read the Actor Age, the Eve Brown sisters, right? Or the Brown sisters, yes. So they probably came from that series coming to read this book, and then they were like, ew, this is really YA. I don't know. Yeah, this person says, I don't even know why I bothered. Of course, I wasn't going to enjoy a YA contemporary romance, even if it was written by a favorite author. I can't stand the melodrama and the teenager vibes. What a fail. Okay, let me try and find a funny one, guys. Okay, we love the GIFs. This person said, my face the entire time I was reading this book, and it's of a character from Friends rolling her eyes. Best friends to enemies to lovers is one of the worst tropes out there, in my opinion. I'm trying to like rack my brain for any other books where I've seen this. I mean, it could happen. I don't know. It's definitely not the worst trope. Enemies to lovers, when it's not like fantasy involved, is never like top tier enemies to lovers. And I feel like they were more rivals. But these characters were so dumb. Like, if the characters were to have a conversation where they're both honest for once in their lives and all of their problems go away. Oh, wait. This is tagged realistic fiction. I think it's time to get to a new book. New book time! Look at this. This is getting so serious, guys. Like, we need to lighten up the mood. Ooh, reckless. Let's see. You're looking at me and I was looking at you. We were thinking, whoa, 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 uh-oh. Yeah. Go to Marcus. Okay, this one is like, it's not funny, but it's funny to me because it's like, this is the opposite feelings I have towards the series. So this person said, I'm 45% into this book and I'm just not sure I want to continue. I think I have mixed feelings about this series and its author and how she writes, which I also agree with. But she says, I didn't finish Flawless, couldn't get into it at all. I enjoyed Flawless, like it was a good time. I probably gave that like a 3.5. Then this person says, loved and devoured Heartless. I hated Heartless. And I hate age gap. There's like grumpy and then there's like rude. And there's a fine line between both. What else did she say? Okay, I love the pacing of it, the slow burn of it, the banter, all of it. I think she's talking about Heartless because she can't be talking about Reckless giving it a 1 star if she liked all of that. Okay, I haven't read book 3 because I didn't want to ruin how much I enjoyed Heartless if I didn't end up liking Powerless. Yeah, Powerless I DNF'd. You won't see a review here. Granted, Heartless I DNF'd. But I got like, I think halfway through. And I think halfway through is enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna leave a review. It's not cut and dry, but it's definitely not like under 10% or 20%, you know? Anyways, I'm not gonna be the review police. The best part of this book was reading all the comments and the 1-star reviews. I finished it with the hope it would get better. It didn't. I'm sorry it disappointed you, babes. But I ate it up. People are ripping it. Okay, someone said plot device pregnancy is bad in fan fiction. Here, it's criminal. But guys, they literally couldn't get in touch with each other. I think pregnancy is bad in fan fiction because, you know, usually it's not written out that well. I don't know. I haven't read fanfic in a hot minute. This person also wrote, why does the pregnancy trope ruin everything? I would have agreed with you before this one. I'm not gonna lie. But, I like the pregnancy trope in this one. I know, I usually don't like hook up to lovers or like friends with benefits to lovers. I definitely don't like that one. It just never sits well with me. But in the sense that like,
oh, that's no. In the sense that no. You know what I mean? Like
chato hoarder? What? What does that mean? Boring, a horror. Oh. ¿Qué quieres decir? Horror? What? Oh my gosh, there's another person that's saying it is so bad I want to give you a 0. Sexual overtones everywhere. Bull rider in the 21st century. They exist, babes. You want about? I have a theory about the age of this reviewer. Next! Oh, guys, this one is gonna hurt. This one is gonna hurt so bad. If you guys know anything about me, you know I love Mame. So let's see what the people have to say about Mame. I'm like weirdly angry about this book. I didn't like the main character at all. At all? This is why I don't read 1-star reviews for my favorite book. I'm doing this for you guys, so please appreciate the pain that I'm putting myself through, the anguish, because this is really tough. They said, I get that the author tried to write Maddie as young and naive. I didn't see her as young and naive. I saw her as someone who literally just didn't have experience in certain things because she was too busy taking care of her family to really think about herself, care about herself, grow. I'm sorry, but I literally hated this book. Nothing happened. Like, I don't need to hear about her workday and read her boring to-do list every 10 pages. I can see how someone would think that would be excessive, but you don't need to hear about her workday? I think it told a beautiful story of grief, but there was also little to no character development in any of the characters. Okay, Maddie maybe had a little bit, but everyone else ditto. That's kind of valid, but I think her mom was a little so-so, but I think her brother, there's definitely some development. Anyways, now that I finished this book, my quality of life has increased drastically. I can do it. Next is from Blooded Ash. If you're still watching from the beginning, you see how my mood has like, phew. My quality of life is going down reading these reviews. Oh, this person went in. Thinly veiled racism. Oh. This book is Twilight on weed. What? But you know what is valid? I didn't notice that Tawny was named after the color of her skin. I am very much humbled. This person is so real. She said, really? World building, but you know what? I like the scenes enough to want to read the next book, not gonna lie. I don't know if I've ever done that, but she's definitely valid in that. I'm just confused this whole time. Next, Immortal Dark. And if you guys have watched any of my wrap-up videos, if you've watched my reaction to this book, you know that I love this book. It's literally my favorite fantasy of all time. It has a 3.7 rating on Goodreads. Not this. Someone said I recently read another arc with many similar bones to the story, but I feel like it executed better on everything: sexiness, danger, world building, internal consistency, etc., etc. So if you like reading adult books, I'd read Phantasma instead. Huh? Phantasma is purely romance. They're not even in the same. They're not in the same. This one is dark academia. Magic system is the same. Only one winner grad. Okay. I relent on those few things. But I don't think I would recommend Phantasma to someone who liked this. I'm not even gonna read the rest of the review. I think the book tried too hard to be a dark mystery, but I'm too lazy to decipher everything.
you need to leave.
They DNF'd it at 15%. When will it end? I'm about to stop reading reviews for books where it's primarily black characters because I guess there's only like non-POC reviewing this book on Goodreads. Oh my god. What am I doing to myself? I'm not reading anymore. The Last Olympians. Let's see what people have managed to say about that book. Rick has done a worse series in the history of series. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I hate Percy Jackson. Harry Potter is better, and that's why I literally, it was my body trying not to even receive it. Trees were wasted for this crap. Oh my, guys, I don't think I'm ever doing this again. I don't think. I've concluded that boys literature sucks. I think that's enough of that. Next. Ooh, let's do funny story. I don't think I've said the authors for half of these, but whatever. Ooh, this person said, I'm all for recycling, but does she have to keep writing the same book every year? I think they're all a little bit different. I don't think they're the same. I think this one did include a bunch of like tropes compared to the other ones. Like the other ones were very like one tropey. I'm excited to see what Great Big Beautiful Life is about. I think that's the title. I can see where this person is coming from. I can see where they could see. I could see like the similarities in why they may think that she's recycling it, even though I don't believe that. Also, the story wasn't even funny. Personally, I was cracking up with this one. I think it was the funniest out of all her books. This person literally says, I don't want to talk about it, so I won't. And then they included a gif of Kris Jenner. This other person said, you know how food tastes bland when you forget to add salt to it? This is the book equivalent of that. This book was bland to people? Guys, what am I doing? What am I... Wow, look at this, you guys. Who does her push-ups? I do. Who works out? I do. Okay, let me stop. Next, we're doing 7 Days in June. Someone commented. Someone reviewed the book and said, this book is really hard to get through if you're a reader. Then what am I? Am I a reader? I'm not a reader. Now I'm having an identity crisis. Oh wait, she put in the edit by if you're a reader, I mean if you read regularly, are a bookworm, etc. That's news to me. I'm only gonna include this one because it uses some of my favorite words. This person says, I genuinely can't believe I just read and finished a romance novel. We'll be taking it up with my book club as I feel absolutely hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray. That's a huge claim to make. You've driven me to angrily drink. I'm never doing this to myself again. If he had been with me is the next book. I definitely feel like this is a book where I will understand. Boring, yawning, sloppy, lazy.
Boring, yawning, sloppy, lazy.
That's a little bit funny, I guess. Someone said, sorry to be a hater, but the package insert for my painkillers is more exciting than this book was. That's rude. That's honestly so rude. Someone said, I want to break her little tiara. What did Autumn do to you? Someone said, this book being published on April 1st is so fitting because this is an actual joke. Ha ha ha. Funny. Okay, you made me laugh. Whatever. Okay, what other book? Should I even look at before I let go? Ooh. Okay, she kept it cute. She kept it demure. She said she DNF'd at 32%. She doesn't want to trash it because it was written by a Black woman. Thank you for that energy. Thank you. So all I would say was not for me. I don't think she should have tagged it as awful, simply awful. But, oh, I'm not looking at this. I'm not looking at this. No! I'm not looking at this. Where's the funny bad reviews? Guys, can you tell I'm about to wrap it up? Okay. What? This person said, not for me. It's about adults figuring out a divorce with kids and stuff. Too far-fetched for where I'm at in life. LOL.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I guess she's not an adult. Huh, Olivia? Are you an adult?
I think Gemma is just a disgrace. She's a disgrace to women who are actually beautiful and classy, and she just doesn't have the vernacular that she thinks she possesses. Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
Lastly is Honey and Spice by Bolu. Miss Bolu. Okay, 657 people. What do they have to say? This person said that it's teen drama in a college setting. just too juvenile for me to get into. I mean, what type of juvenile stuff you be reading? You are a teenager in college. Someone said, embarrassed I read this, kept checking if it was YA. I mean, I felt that about a few books, but not about this one. Podcasts and radio shows aren't really a big thing on college campuses. Sure, they exist, but nobody cares about them. Picture like a picture. Why are you... It's a fiction book. Malachi is so painfully boring and annoying. We get it. He wears gray sweatpants. Cool, love that for him. There really isn't much conflict in this novel. Thank God. Thank God. I do love that Kiki didn't let a man push her around or anything, but whatever. There was no spice in this romance and no honey either. She kinda ate. She kinda ate with that last line. But yes, there was. Let's look at the material. 182 highlights. Y'all, I ate this book up. Let's read a quote from this. His eyes flicked in my direction, like he knew where I was, and glinted sharply as he raised his glass to his lips. If I didn't know better, I could have sworn he had tilted it in my direction. When he moved the cup away from his lips, I saw that they were slanted at a dangerous angle. A tiny smile I knew was directed at me. Anyways, this person said, could not even finish it, too much teen drama, mind you, 13s, and couldn't get into the language.
You talking about what?
Maybe because it's not an experience that you're familiar with. Maybe because you can't relate.
She doesn't even go here.
So she's saying too much teen drama and then saying this was far too millennial for me.
If 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this? I didn't see.
Alright guys, I literally I can't do this anymore. This is like, it's not sabotage because like I didn't write these books, but it feels like it. I literally love these books with my heart and soul, and someone out here is like verbally abusing them, and my heart can only take so much, and it's taken more than it needed to. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me struggle. I hope you enjoyed seeing me literally be unable to take criticism, even though it's not criticism for my book. It's like criticism for my review. I don't want to say they're entitled to their wrong opinion, but like,
And
I feel like some of them are warranted. A very small number, like ones that I probably read in like 2020. Like it taught me something. Thank you guys a lot for coming along this journey with me. I don't know if I'll ever do a part 2 to this. I might do a different flip on it where it's like I'm reading 5-star reviews for books that I gave 1 star. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one shortly. All right, bye.